The Soft Girl Rebellion, Why Choosing Yourself Might Be the Most Dangerous Thing You'll Ever Do. Welcome to Soft Girl Era, the sacred pause Black women have been waiting for. I'm LeAnne Dolce, pronounced Dolce, like sweet softness whispered in French, and I'm your guide from burnout to boundaries, from doing to being, from strong to soft, and loving every second of it. I recently had the honor of sitting down with Dr. Cherisse Southern, and let me tell you, this conversation didn't just shake something loose in me, it rearranged my entire understanding of what it means to survive versus what it means to live. Dr. Southern is out here doing the real work, the messy, beautiful, audacious work of helping Black women unlearn survival and reclaim softness. They're not just changing individual lives, they're dismantling centuries old narratives about strength, sacrifice, and who gets to rest. They're making the world better by giving women permission to exhale. And today I'm sharing what they taught me, what they're teaching the world, and what we all desperately need to hear. Because here's the truth, and I need you to really hear this: choosing yourself is not selfish, it's sacred. Let's start here. How many of us were raised to believe that putting ourselves first was the ultimate act of betrayal? That rest was laziness dressed up in excuses? That saying no was rude, ungrateful, maybe even sinful? That boundaries were for people who didn't love hard enough, who weren't committed enough, who weren't woman enough? Yeah, me too. And if you're a Black woman, especially if you're a mother, especially if you're somewhere between 38 and 55, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You've been the backbone, the glue, the emergency contact, the one who holds it all together while quietly, privately falling apart in the shower at 2 in the morning. You've been told your whole life that strength means silence, that love means sacrifice. That softness is a luxury you simply cannot afford. But here's what Dr. Southern reminded me during our conversation. And I want you to sit with this. That narrative is killing us. Literally, not metaphorically, not dramatically, literally. The stress of constantly putting everyone else first, of never setting boundaries, of carrying the weight of the world on shoulders that were never designed to bear it alone, is manifesting as autoimmune disorders, chronic fatigue, anxiety, depression, and a deep, bone tired exhaustion that no amount of sleep, no amount of coffee, no amount of prayer can fix. And yet, we keep going because we were taught that stopping is selfish, that slowing down is weak, that asking for help is admitting defeat. But what if I told you that choosing yourself is not selfish? What if I told you it's essential? What if I told you that prioritizing your own well being physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually is the most radical act of love you can offer, not just to yourself, but to everyone around you? Dr. Southern shared this with me, and it hit me like a freight train barreling through a fog I didn't even know I was living in. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot show up as your best self for your children, your partner, your community, your work if you are running on fumes and sheer willpower. And more than that, when you choose yourself, you break cycles. You model self respect. You teach the next generation that their worth is not tied to how much they can endure, how much they can carry, how much they can sacrifice without complaint. Let me tell you about Andrea Pryor. Andrea is the owner and lead provider at a prestige aesthetics and wellness in Franklin, Tennessee. She built her medical spa with one clear, unapologetic mission: to empower women to take charge of their health and self care. And here's what she noticed, and it broke her heart. So many women, especially Black women, were neglecting their own well being while caring for everyone else. They were burned out, sick, running on empty, showing up for everyone except themselves. So Andrea did something revolutionary. She created a space where women could prioritize themselves without guilt, without judgment, without apology. She combined medical expertise with personalized care, offering customized treatments and wellness plans that honored each woman's unique needs, not what society said they should need, but what they actually needed. And you know what happened? Her clients started reporting improved confidence, vitality, and a renewed sense of self worth. They started choosing themselves, and it changed their lives, not just their skin, not just their bodies, but their entire way of moving through the world. Andrea's work is rooted in her own journey of overcoming societal expectations to always put others first. She knows what it's like to carry that weight until your knees buckle. And she's using her story, her pain, her transformation to give other women permission to put it down, to walk away from the weight, to say, I matter too. That's what choosing yourself looks like. It's not selfish, it's survival, it's sacred. Now, let's talk about boundaries because choosing yourself and setting boundaries go hand in hand like breath and heartbeat. And let me be very clear about this. Setting healthy boundaries is not about keeping people out. It's not about being cold, distant, or unloving. It's about protecting your peace, your health, your future. It's about saying, I matter. My needs matter. And I will no longer shrink myself, silence myself, or sacrifice myself to make others comfortable. Dr. Southern emphasized this during our interview, and it's something I want you to really sit with, really let sink into your bones. Boundaries are a radical act of self love and preservation, especially in environments or relationships where your needs are minimized, dismissed, or treated like inconveniences, especially when you've been conditioned to believe that saying no makes you difficult, ungrateful, or unloving. But here's the thing, and this is where it gets uncomfortable. People who truly love you will respect your boundaries. And people who don't, well, they're showing you exactly who they are. Believe them. Let me tell you about Dr. Cherisse Jones Branch. Dr. Jones Branch is the dean at Arkansas State University, and she's championing leadership programs that empower underrepresented groups, particularly Black women, to find their voice and set boundaries in professional and personal spaces. Through the Northeast Arkansas Regional Leadership Accelerator Academy, she's creating environments where emerging leaders learn to advocate for themselves, set limits, and pursue personal growth without apology. And the results? Graduates are reporting increased confidence, improved health, and the ability to navigate challenging situations without sacrificing their well being. They're learning that self care and leadership are not mutually exclusive. They're learning that setting boundaries is not a sign of weakness, it's a prerequisite for sustainable success. It's the foundation upon which real, lasting leadership is built. Dr. Jones Branch's own journey involved overcoming personal and professional adversity, learning to prioritize her health and happiness while breaking generational cycles. And now she's helping others do the same. She's shifting workplace and community expectations. She's proving that you can be a leader and still protect your peace. You can be powerful and still be soft. That's the power of boundaries. They don't just protect you, they empower you. They give you the space to become who you were always meant to be. And here's where it gets even deeper, even more uncomfortable, even more necessary. Investing in your own healing and growth is a courageous journey, especially for Black women and mothers. Because let's be real, we've been taught that leaving toxic or unappreciative environments is a sign of failure. We've been told to stay for the kids, to stay for the family, to stay because leaving is selfish, because leaving is giving up, because leaving means you didn't try hard enough. But Dr. Southern reminded me of something powerful, something that made me want to stand up and shout. Leaving is not selfish. It's an act of reclaiming your power. It's modeling self respect for your children and your community. It's saying, I deserve better. And I'm brave enough to go find it, even if I have to walk alone for a while. Let me tell you about the Millennium Leadership Initiative. The MLI prepares diverse leaders, including Black professionals, to ascend to top roles in higher education by equipping them with skills to set boundaries and advocate for themselves. Many participants come from backgrounds where overextension and self neglect are normalized, where running yourself into the ground is seen as dedication, where exhaustion is worn like a badge of honor. But through mentorship, training, and a supportive network, the MLI normalizes self care, boundary setting, and self advocacy as essential leadership qualities. Not optional, not nice to have, essential. And the outcomes: alumni have gone on to become university presidents and senior leaders, reporting improved work life balance and resilience. They're changing institutional cultures by demonstrating that choosing yourself and setting boundaries are prerequisites for sustainable leadership. They're proving that you don't have to burn out to be brilliant. That's what investing in your own healing looks like. It's not just about you, it's about everyone who's watching you, learning from you, being inspired by you. It's about the daughter who sees you set a boundary and learns she can too. It's about the son who sees you rest without guilt and learns that his worth isn't tied to his productivity. It's about the friend who sees you leave a toxic situation and finds the courage to do the same. So here's what I want you to take away from this. Here's what Dr. Southern wants you to remember. Here's what I need you to hear, really hear. Not just with your ears, but with your whole heart. Choosing yourself is not selfish, it is essential. Prioritizing your own well being enables you to show up as your best self for others and to break cycles of self neglect that are often perpetuated in families and communities. You cannot give what you do not have. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot love others well if you do not love yourself first. Setting healthy boundaries is a radical act of self love and preservation. Boundaries protect your peace, your health, your future. This is especially crucial in environments or relationships where your needs are minimized or dismissed. Your boundaries are not negotiable, they are sacred. Investing in your own healing and growth is a courageous journey, especially for Black women and mothers. Leaving toxic or unappreciative environments, even when it feels lonely or frightening, is an act of reclaiming your power and modeling self respect for your children and community. You are not abandoning anyone, you are saving yourself. And that is holy work. Now, here's where I need you to lean in. Here's where the rubber meets the road. Here's where we stop talking and start doing. I want you to take one concrete step to put yourself first this week. Just one. Say no to an unreasonable demand. Schedule that health appointment you've been putting off for 6 months. Rest without guilt, without checking your phone, without making it productive. Do something that honors your needs and boundaries. Just one thing. Start there because that one thing, it's the crack in the dam. It's the first breath after drowning. It's the beginning of your soft girl era. Because here's the truth, and I need you to hear this in your bones. You deserve softness. You deserve rest. You deserve joy. You deserve to be chosen, especially by yourself. You are not too much. You are not selfish. You are not difficult. You are a woman who has survived, who has carried, who has endured. And now it's time to put the cape down. It's time to stop being everyone's hero and start being your own. Dr. Southern is out here changing lives by reminding Black women that we are worthy of the same care, compassion, and tenderness we so freely give to others. And I'm here to echo that message, to amplify it, to make sure you hear it loud and clear. This is not a trend. This is a lifestyle rebellion, a deep exhale from the Superwoman script, a quiet but powerful return to softness, rest, self trust, and radical joy. So let me leave you with this: the world will always need you. Your family will always need you. Your community will always need you. But the question is, do you need you? Are you showing up for yourself the way you show up for everyone else? Are you protecting your peace the way you protect theirs? Are you choosing yourself the way you choose them? Because the most dangerous thing you'll ever do is choose yourself in a world that profits from your exhaustion. The most rebellious thing you'll ever do is rest in a culture that worships hustle. The most sacred thing you'll ever do is say no when everyone expects you to say yes. Your soft girl era is not waiting for permission, it's waiting for you to give yourself permission. So, what are you waiting for? The world doesn't need another exhausted, burned out, overextended woman. The world needs you whole, rested, soft, and unapologetically free. Now go, choose yourself, set the boundary, take the rest, reclaim your power, and watch how everything changes.